Hey everyone, Straightlace here, and today I'm going to be opening some Pokemon cards. Now, these things are really expensive. Right here I have a whole $5 worth of Pokemon cards. These are quite the expensive commodity. Like, you can't even buy 5 boxes of lemonheads for that kind of money anymore. But you know, I'm here because I have money to burn on this kind of thing, so don't worry guys, I got the lemonheads too. So, today we're going to be opening up this pack and seeing what we got because these are all the Pokemon cards I can afford right now and I will be stuck with them for the rest of my life. So we're gonna crack open this one. There we go. Let's see what we get. Alrighty, so first off we got a Smoliv here. I will not be rating cards off this funny stuff from the actual game part because getting like 60 cards to make a full deck is really expensive. So I'm just going to be judging based off of its, it's a cool Pokemon and if it's got cool artwork and maybe if it's a rare card. And if it's not particularly interesting like this Smoliv here, I'm sorry, that's all that was in the budget. But at least Smoliv is kind of cute though, so this is a good place to set our standards nice and low. Moving on, it looks like we got a Wiglet here. Wiglet's got a cute little image. It's got a nice natural landscape for it, nice environment that we would find a Wiglet in. This thing looks like it's a pool noodle, but for the ocean. Not sure if that is its nose or its mouth, so that's going to be minus some design points, because I can't tell which that's supposed to be. And that's all I got to say about Wiglet. Let's see, up next looks like we got a Greaver. This is a cute little dog Pokemon, although kind of annoyed with this one from the video games because this little sucker likes to hide in the ground and let you trip on them and gets you into a Pokemon battle that just wastes a ton of time. So I'm not a huge fan of Greaver, but hey, at least the art showcases that annoyance pretty well with the other ones hiding underground. So not a huge fan that this is one of the only 10 cards I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Next up, it's a Mastiff. We got another dog Pokemon. All right, this one's kind of cute. I have less issues with it than I do Greaver, though its sharp teeth makes me kind of not want to pet it. This is a dark type, so this backdrop it's in, where it's out in broad daylight, seems really out of place. Yeah, as a shut-in who spends money on Pokemon cards, I can personally attest that sunlight is awful. So 0 out of 10, would not recommend. Gonna have to dock some points on this one. Next up, we got Muck here. It's kind of just a pile of sludge, so the name is pretty on point. The background is pretty as well, very fitting for the Pokemon. This lore here on the card says that it's covered in sludge and has poisonous footprints. So does that imply that Muck isn't already entirely sludge and has feet? That's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure Muck doesn't have feet. Next up, looks like we got a Vivillon. It is a bug type, and in the games, bug types really only exist for little Tommy to have his dreams crushed on Route 1 for daring to have Pokemon before the legal trainer age of 10. Yeah, it's kind of weird that the Pokemon, known for needing to be caught all over the world, has a decidedly French-themed name. And yeah, it is a nice butterfly Pokemon, despite being a nightmare for collectors. Alright, we got a Dashbun. This is the third dog Pokemon in this set. That gets an A-OK from me. Dashbun is really cute. I personally think it should have been called Purebred. Much more fitting pun-type name for the dog. But yeah, no further notes. Just happy to have this as one of my only 10 cards. Alright, next up we got a Professor's Research. There's not much to say about this. The background is pretty thematically on point. It's just a little bland. It looks like just a couple of layered JPEGs. Alright, we got a foil Squovet here. So the thing to note about foil cards, it's actually a reference to the Pokemon Company's plan to foil your ability to pay rent. So this pack, it's nice that it's got a built-in reminder for just how much money I spent to get these. It also makes sense that this is a Squovet too. It's very thematically on point for a Pokemon of greed. There's quite possibly a commentary on capitalism because we all know how the Pokemon Company loves to throw trademark stones in their glass house. Alright, next up we got a foil Cyclizar. Cyclizar is a pretty cool Pokemon. It's kind of designed to live up to its normal typing so that its legendary versions get to shine more. It's also known for carrying people, but this one doesn't have a saddle on it, so unless we get a saddle item card to go with it, it's kind of useless in that regard. The foil is also ruining my ability to properly discern the color of the environment it's in, so I'm gonna have to dock some points for that too. Alright, and lastly here we got the Fire Energy. This pairs alright with Dashbun, but since I don't have enough cards to play the game, that doesn't really matter too much. And in the back here we have the code to register this to TCG Live. That's nice. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and try and use this for yourself, because, if you're the kind of person who steals other people's Pokemon codes, I'd really like it if you felt the disappointment when it doesn't work because I already redeemed it. Alright, so that's all we got for the Pokemon here. We got a decent little selection with a surprising number of dogs, maybe count Cyclizar in there, and we got a Wiglet for them to chew on and tear to shreds. As the only set of Pokemon cards I'll be able to afford, this is a good selection. These will definitely become treasured heirlooms that I will pass down to my descendants, and who knows, maybe they'll end up doing some Pokemon battles someday someday because someone is jealous that someone else got the better dog. My condolences to whoever gets the Grievered. So before I go, let me say that if this video gets 50,000 likes, I will do a Lemonhead unboxing. But thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully this video makes back the fortune I spent to get these cards.